Oh, we're live finally. And yeah, good. I lost my script. I'm sorry about that. Okay, good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you may be. My name is Jing, and I'm here to make a reaction on that clip by Just Saying regarding the assault charges that were thrown against Nader Elshamy. Uh, Last time I checked, that's how some Arabs pronounce his name. Plus, I'm also checking on Google Translate for proper pronunciations just in case, because this is one guy that did not allow Chantal to call him by a name that Chantal assigned. If you are familiar with Chantal, she's the kind of person that would assign you a name as if assigning or reminding you that she owned you. And similar to how she calls James by a different name, which is Pete's. She calls Casey the cat by a different name, which is BBJ. Hello? Oh god, I scalp itchy again. Side effect of hair grower. At least my hair is growing compared to Chantal. Um, Casey is the cat that Chantal calls as BBJ. Malan is the ex-boyfriend that Chantal still calls as BB. Although some people are claiming that what the hell happened here again? Some people are claiming that BB is short for Habibi, which is a term of endearment among Arab speaking or Muslim practicing citizens in some African countries. Okay. But yeah, so many updates I'm seeing here. I'm monitoring because I think I lacked a little time a while ago. I'm quite busy. I and what else? What I'm trying to say? I'm checking on the sounds because if ever echoes are occurring again here on StreamYard, please alert me on the chat box. Because last time I tried to do a live stream, some audio issues arose again. So here, I have a feeling it would only be less than an hour because by 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it would be a French Fight Girl having a live stream. She'd be reacting to Nader Elshamy's response to the accusations, and I read somewhere that it's not exactly good. So plus, I'm also checking on some of the new features here, like this feature on how on this looks like one of those features on StreamYard that helps if you're trying to make a webinar, but I will go with this feature because at least you see me and we also see the video that we're trying to react. The hell happened? Okay? And then I would be stopping in between. By the way, let me just clarify here that these are allegations. Nothing is proven yet. And if you have watched the original video that our the victim here has uploaded and shared, you may have already known that Mae Anderson has filed charges from where she is since she's not Canadian. More on that later. And she also hired a lawyer that would represent her. Okay, then let's start. If there are any echoes, please alert me as well. I'll be checking on my monitor.
This is a very difficult story to tell, but I believe it needs to be told. And I need this to make other women aware of the potential abuse that can happen to you if you make the wrong decision after you hear my story. I'm not going to name, obviously, but you can call me Fern if you want to. Um, I had seen some of Nader Elshamy, I believe is his name, cooking videos, and he would talk a little bit about Egypt and his background. And I thought, those videos were very interesting. All of it, his personal stuff and the cooking. I'm not very much into watching. I befriended him video chat from this guy. And at first, it was all fun and games in the sense of how are you? Where do you live? What is it like? How do you like doing your videos? A bunch of simple chit chat. As the videos went on, he said, "When are you coming to Canada?" When I got to Canada, um, he he FaceTimed me again, and I told him that I was there, and he said, "I'll call you back, and I'll come and get you." Which he did not do. He let me sleep in the airport all night, and I couldn't find a hotel room because it was too late. Long story short, I rented a car, got a hotel room, got myself set up, and I let him know, I'm here now. We can do whatever and hang out. He said, "You're in Gatineau?" And I said, "Yes." Well, I told him where I was at, and he got a taxi, and he came to where I was at, rapped on the door of my room, and the minute he came into the room, he grabbed me, uh, told, and started taking my clothes off. And long story short, assaulted me. Uh, Afterwards, uh, he got up, changed it, put his clothes back on, took a shot of alcohol, and left. During this whole interlude, he was completely dead, if you will. He was hedonistic. He was oh, just, it was all about what he wanted. He had shark looking in his eyes. He showed no emotion whatsoever. I believe he enjoyed what he was doing, and he had no care for me at all.
Okay, I have to pause right there since I can't help but observe, based on the feedback I've read elsewhere, you may already have an idea what places are those, about her not sounding that old, about her having some trouble going with her story, um, to explain to other viewers right now. This, according to Just Saying, is an interview that she got with Mae Anderson. Apparently, not her real name, but still, well, she already gave us permission to call her Fern. And she basically shared how all she did was invite Nader over to her hotel room, and Nader interpreted that as consent and assaulted her. As you may have noticed, I'm trying to censor myself here since we're talking about assault that involved a man not, or misinterpreting consent in a woman, because whatever agenda this woman may have, no means no. I don't like the victim blaming that is going on in some forums regarding this, because whatever her agenda may be, whatever May Anderson's reasons are for meeting Nader from across the border, North American border between Canada and US, it's still not reason to blame her for what happened to her, because I don't like the victim blaming that happened here, although that was expected on the part of Chantal. No surprise right there. I somewhat expected it from others because we live in an era where women claim that they are assaulted, and it turns out that some bitterness is involved in that process, wherein we are aware here. Mae Anderson, in some screenshots, was shown. I should have made a PowerPoint presentation on that, on how she's one of those regular commenters to Nadir's cooking videos, which obviously verified her story that yeah, she watched those videos and then ended up having these video chats, these conversations with Nadir. It somewhat corroborates the story that happened with Debbie. Until now, I don't know what is Debbie's real name, but because a lot of people have called her Debbie simply because it's the name that Chantal gave in one of those live streams when she's describing who is that woman that tried to flirt with Nader and became the scapegoat for the clap, for the STI. God damn it. I will need to censor myself around here. So, yeah, at least that part is verified. And yeah, she agreed to meet with Nader because a lot of women, I've noticed, I can't help but notice, ended up planning having their own meetups with Nader, since it's just Chantal that's claiming that Nader is her boyfriend, and then Nader is claiming that they're just friends. He's a few words short of saying that they're friends with benefits, and he doesn't care. And then this happens. The one that happened with Debbie, their videos, I'm not downplaying that. When I say it's just videos, but it's the kind of videos that she may have sent them to Nader, and then Nader ended up uploading them. I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt that he uploaded those videos and not Chantal, that it was her, not Chantal, that uploaded those videos, because he's bitter. He apparently does not take rejection well, because I need to make a screenshot later of where this reference is, because Nadir likes video chatting with other women, and Nadir expected Debbie to flash her tits while video chatting with Nadir. She did not agree, so Nadir allegedly uploaded those videos. It's almost tantamount to revenge porn, so it's easy to understand why Chantal would also be a suspect on that aspect. But in this case, this is solely on Nader. This one that happened with Mae Anderson, this is solely on Nader, and we're just waiting for Chantal to take her side or not. I saw the community post, right? I'm not buying that. Her apologizing, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Her apologizing is frankly, my dear, it doesn't it doesn't make sense. Before I get ahead of myself, let's continue here. Hmm.
He just wanted to do what he wanted to do to me, and he left. After that, I sent him a message asking him why the hell did the things that happened happen. And in typical later fashion, he was trying to say, "What are you talking about? Nothing happened. It's all in your head." Blah 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 blah.
Okay, that's the painful part in the story here, and I think that's the reason why Just Sane made the initiative to interview her, or at least conduct a Discord interview with her, because there are a lot of things that are said in the original video, but because her microphone sounds messed up, mm, maybe she's clueless at how to upload or at least live stream from her phone or something to that effect. Just saying, just realized that, yeah, this needs to have a better telling. And I don't mean changing the story. It's just that if you really remembered what happened to you, your story will be consistent. And sad to say, that consistency in the story is can only be tested with time. So for now, we take what we have at the moment, and that is the gaslighting part, and it's really irritating. On the other hand, this is an allegation that Mae Anderson is making here, wherein she did not immediately report to the authorities what happened to her. She even found time to ask Nader why what happened. Why did you do this to me? Why did we end up this way? Why did you assault me? She's a few words short of saying that to Nader, and then Nader was like, "What are you talking about? Nothing happened." What? I should have put a trigger warning here. Yeah, my bad. Anyway, I would be putting a trigger warning once I edited the title of this video for the sake of everyone watching this on replay. I'm just incensed. I'm frankly incensed right now. I almost forgot to um, fix my appearance at the moment because I'm thinking about how can I react properly to this when there's history with Chantal does not help. On the other hand, this is the kind of a story that we would be expecting because someone else did not learn their lesson. I mean, we all know how desperate Chantal is to have a boyfriend, that she will end up calling Nader her boyfriend whether he knew it or not. And for him, this is just a transaction that, no, we're just friends. Like, of course, he will say that they're just friends so that he can flirt with everyone else. Because I can't help but say that the main reason why there are still women out there that are thirsting for Nader, for lack of a better term, it's like you have here Chantal telling stories about DV and SA and how controlling, manipulative, and abusive Nader is. They will not believe that simply because Chantal has a history of lying. She's she's a compulsory liar. It's easier for her to lie than to breathe. Mm. And I don't mean that in a fat shaming way. If you're familiar with Chantal's live streams, you know that she can't breathe that much. So here's what happened here. A lot of people don't believe Chantal's DV stories because of her reputation and because she has a tendency to make up any story possible just as long as the spotlight is on her, just as long as everyone's attention is on her. Now, this happens, and I ended up seeing Chantal through snippets from Just Breezing Today's excerpts, enjoying the attention, enjoying the super chats, enjoying the new membership or the membership renewals. Like, this is how you reward an an assault apologist. She's a few, well, I can't help but call her that because knowing how predictable Chantal is, she will end up being an apologist for Nader. She always tries to make Nader look nice to everyone. And also, I have to say this, not because Nader admitted to stabbing two people in the past, it doesn't mean he's repentant. One thing that we are taught back in college is that admission and confession are two different things. Admission means admitting to something and considering it as something that's not wrong in his point of view. Confession, well, it involves admitting something and expressing guilt. So, if you can apply that analogy here, there is no admission on Nader's part. She even, I mean, he even went as far as gaslighting Mae Anderson. Of course, if something that horrible happens to you, I don't think you would be immediately gaslighted just like that, you know. And we live in an era where it's very risky to report assault of this kind because people will always be skeptical if you're telling the truth, even more so if you remain anonymous. Well, somewhat anonymous, because Mae Anderson may or may not her real name, no pun intended. On the other hand, she posted on social media, YouTube social media, and then she reported it to the police, and then she hired a lawyer, and then she had some blood work done because it's better safe than sorry. You have here Chantal sharing stories on her live stream on how Nader is has STI, and then the same guy would ended up assaulting you. Of course, you would try to do some blood work right there. Let's continue.
And I told him, that's not my head. What you did was wrong. And that I was going to go get checked out for any kind of STDs, and that I was going to file charges against him. And the next thing I know, my phone is blowing up with video chat after video chat after video chat after video chat. And I never answered the phone once. And then he asked me, why are you playing games? Why are you this? Why are you that? Calling me an old lady who just wants a piece of young, uh, young person, and a whole bunch of degrading things. And up until Friday, today is Sunday, he kept video chatting or trying to get me to answer video chat or video or phone. And I would not do it. And he kept saying horrible things to me. And then he told me never to speak to him again on Messenger. And I said, don't worry about it. The next time you hear anything, it'll be from my attorney.
The same guy who peppered poor Mae Anderson with video chat attempts, and then going, don't talk to me again. The irony. This is why some people think that Nader and Chantal are made for each other, because this is how they handle rejection. Remember that episode when Chantal tried to get into Nader's house, or the trap house, and and then she started blowing up Nader's phone with phone calls and short messaging system SMS, so to speak. She went full bunny boiler mode in that live stream. I should have made a reaction video to that soon. Maybe a better one if I already did. And then here, a woman stops talking to Nadir despite all the attempts at a video chat, all attempts at messaging, and this is how he handles rejection. Yeah, it really makes it sound like Chantal and Nadir are soulmates, because this is how they handle rejection. And it's weird that Nader would be claiming that he would stop talking to her. Uh, yeah, as if as if as if what happened would make a woman want to talk to you again. And then he started going, "Oh, you're an old woman just looking for young meat." Um, May sounds like she's censoring her words here. She's choosing her words properly. It's one of those instances where you end up thinking, Nadir sounds like he's shaming May for doing this. It's like, if that is his concept of consent, then it's it's no longer it's no longer a wonder. I'm no longer amazed at the fact that mm, he has this record, and he started going off on May the moment May mentioned about the attorney, because that's normally how procedure works. Something happens to you, you don't wash yourself first. um, I'm waiting if there is a kit that was given to her. She just mentioned blood work on her original video. Um, and she already filed the report. She said that she already reported this to the police, and then expect some of the spectators to start paying attention to the nitty gritty. Like, yeah, she mentioned going to the cops, but which cops? If the crime happened in Canada and then she reported it in the US, wherever she may be, does it make it more effective? Does it change the circumstances of the case? Because jurisdiction, I ended up remembering my notes again. Like, I should be studying more. And then again, I end up having topics like this to talk about, and I'm reminded, what else have I not read? Sorry if I made it a little about myself now. Going back to this, yeah, she mentioned about going to the cops, having her own lawyer, and what do you know? It triggered Nader. Like, if this woman really reported to the authorities what happened, like, and Nader already has a criminal record. He is allegedly on parole. It's another crime would end up serving as violation of his parole conditions. Like, like, what's going on here? You were already given an opportunity to get out of jail, and this is what happens. And if you have a criminal system that is less some people were saying that if this case pushes through in Canada, it would take us take everyone forever to gain access to those cases. I'm not sure if the Ottawa subreddit would have access to that as well, because if this evolves into a full-blown trial for Nader Elshamy, it may take time. But if there's reasonable doubt to to make it go to trial, then yeah, we may not see the trial itself, but we would be we would be receiving updates. I'm expecting some of the lawyers on YouTube to be reacting to this. The only Canadian lawyer that I know of is Viva Fry. The other YouTubers I know of who are lawyers in the US that might be commenting on this, if ever, would be Nick Requeta or Emily Baker. I'm not sure if there would be any Filipino lawyers commenting on this, because everyone would be thinking about the jurisdiction just in case. Like, the crime happened in Gatineau, Quebec, which is in Canada. The woman is a US citizen, and she did not mention which police station she filed the report to, and she has a lawyer now. And the person accused of assault is an Egyptian national who may or may not be a Canadian citizen. That part is also not clear. With Chantal's inconsistent stories, of course, we will not know the truth. On the other hand, demands for evidence, I don't think that would help if Chantal is involved, simply because Chantal is so talkative. She ends up, or she might end up, providing corroborating testimonial evidence to the case. And here I am checking some of the previous chat box here that on Foodie Beauty, saying that yeah, if investigation would really commence, then they would start checking all of the videos, all of the live streams, all of the clips that showed Foodie Beauty discussing the DV, all of the things that she accused Nader Elshamy of doing to her. And even if she deleted the live stream, the internet never forgets. So good luck to that. So also, if Chantal is making, if the subsequent live streams, it shows that Chantal is making this about her, not about Mae Anderson, yeah, that would definitely not help the case. Because how narcissistic can you be? Someone got assaulted, and then you make it seem like you're the one inconvenienced here. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Let's continue.
All I wanted to do was get the hell out of Canada, and my flight was like the next day, and that's what I did. I just got the hell out of there. I didn't know if he was going to come back or what he was going to do. So once I got back to the States is when I got tested, and I haven't got a phone call yet about any of the results. And I've talked to more than one agency down here, police and different other agencies, and contacted an attorney and seeing if I can make anything out of this. Anyways, the main reason I want to tell this story is this man is absolutely hedonistic. He is. He's a narcissistic sociopath. He has no feeling love or anything for anybody, and he will do anything he wants to do to anybody because that's the way his sick mind works. So I'm going to do what I need to do on my end, and I'm making this video or this chat video, whatever, out there because I can't take it anymore. I've gone through horrible depression, rage, anger, every emotion you can imagine. And I just don't want anybody else who's impressionable to answer his calls, meet up with him, any of those kind of things, because I don't want anybody to get hurt like I did. And that's my main message. Whatever happens to me, but I don't want it to happen to anybody else. And I honestly, God, don't know what else to say other than I can't wait till this is somewhat over. But I will always carry the scar of what happened. And please take care of yourselves and do the right thing. Thank you.
And at the end of the video, some teasers were provided since the next video provided receipts proved that Mae Anderson flew to Canada to meet with Nader. Now, before everyone else would go victim blaming mode again, claiming that, hey, you know what kind of person he is, you know what his history with women is, and yet you still went there. He sounds like a professional love rat. Maybe you have heard about the website Tunisian Love Rats, although lately they've been expanding to other nationalities as well because a love rat is one who would the kind that would love bomb you with affection, with gifts, with attention, and they know how to choose their targets. I mean, oops, wonder what happened there. Sorry about that. I'll just adjust a bit here. Anyway, the kind of person that would be targeting women with low self esteem, women who don't exactly have a favorable view of themselves. I know, Chantal, you have narcissistic tendencies, but still, your self esteem is not healthy enough to realize that you deserve better. I know some people think that this is the ultimate karma for you. I can't help but agree with them because you've treated Pete's like crap. You've treated BB like crap. And between them, it's BB that realized his self worth and broke up with you. Which is why nobody believes the narrative that Chantal is providing that she initiated the breakup. No, she's not good at initiating breakups, it seems. As with Pete's, well, Pete has a problem saying no to Chantal even before. Which is why I included Truth is documentary in the description box so that you will realize why some people make fun of Pete because he has problem saying no to Chantal. He has problems standing up for himself. And if you have seen that other clip by Just Saying showing Pete's ready to be at Chantal's service, you are aware that he still loves her and he will never forsake her no matter how badly treated he is. As for BB, looks like he has moved on. I just did not make a reaction to the live stream that Chantal made where she visited Bibi or Malan. This one I can't help but make a reaction, albeit calculated, because it's still an allegation, technically. And we cannot always base Nader Elshamy's criminal record as basis to jump to the conclusion that he might be doing this. On the other hand, you have Chantal here talking on several live streams about the things that Nader did to her, and that urban legend about the broomstick just won't die because if Chantal is upset with Nader, she would claim that Nader did a lot of disgusting things to her. And whenever they are back together, whenever Nader successfully has gaslighted his way back to Chantal, Chantal, on the other hand, would be backtracking everything that she said about Nader. So, who knows what else does Nader know that Chantal is telling her audience? And, God, I'm starting to sound like Chantal. I hate that. Anyway, as I was saying, the one thing I can't help but notice in this relationship is that a gaslighter like Chantal ends up with a better gaslighter like Nadir, because if corroborating statements would be used to see or to analyze Nadir's behavior, there are things that Chantal said or Nadir did that Chantal would start complaining about, and then Nadir would end up gaslighting her. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. Eh, the kind of talk that you would expect from a gaslighter, except that this is someone who's better than Chantal. And then here in May's story, after the assault, my bad. After the assault, May still had some sense to ask Nadir. It's like, why are you still trying to understand the motives behind Nadir's actions? We cannot always blame his culture. We cannot always blame his upbringing. If he is not a good person, then no matter how honorable or how well his upbringing is back in Egypt, if he is not capable of treating other people right, then yeah, expect the worst to happen. And yeah, this is what happened. So the one with Debbie, I don't see any real solution with that, especially now that Debbie or whatever her name is has deleted her Twitter profile. This one with Mae Anderson, if there would be a resolution, it would take years. I don't know how fast justice is in Canada, or I'm only I'm only slightly aware of the kind of justice system in the US because I end up watching Investigative Discovery. Yeah, I admit I like that channel, which is why I had it installed on my phone. If it took years to prove whether it happened, because normally the elements in assault, they would rather use the term SA at times. If the elements would assault would be used to identify if Nader is guilty or not, then they would simply focus on whether May wanted this or not. May clearly did not, and not because she agreed to meet with Nader. She already provided consent for the act that occurred in the hotel. I might be looking forward to this because I'm aware that I am aware that certain parts of criminal procedure may be a little similar to what is done here, either the theoretical part or the practical part or the realistic part. So I hope that Mae Anderson will find the healing that she needed. I don't like the age shaming that the other skeptics are doing to her. If you don't believe her, fine. Just stop pinpointing her age or her crying voice or her. We don't know yet everything. The crying voice is expected. How do you expect a victim of assault would do? Stay sound calm or being interviewed about what happened to her, about how traumatic it is for her to go to Canada and ended up getting forced. Okay, so I hope I did some justice to this topic here. It's one of the this this arc in the Foodie Booty Shantopoulos. It's getting darker and darker. It's becoming harder and harder for some reaction channels to react on this, and I think I found it more comfortable to comment using my own voice, using my own voice to analyze what happened here, what could possibly be done to handle this, if ever. And do I believe her? I'd rather keep the answer to myself because it doesn't matter what you believe in. We're all just waiting for the evidence, for better evidence to come out now. And don't direct that evidence to Chantal because we already know what happened between Chantal and FFG. And FFG became the convenient scapegoat for Chantal whenever she's angry, among other reaction channels here. So thank you very much for joining me in this little endeavor. I really appreciate you coming over and watching this humble reaction that I made. I hope I did not talk way too much here. I know some people have a problem with me talking way too much. Well, I can't satisfy everybody, but I can always improve. Don't worry. It's only a matter of time. Don't worry. So, thank you very much for watching. I'd be looking forward to the next reaction video with you. Chances are I'd be editing them if I'm not too busy. Thank you very much. Been saying thank you since a while ago. Since I make it a point to say thank you and appreciate whoever watches my videos. And I will be seeing you on the next reaction video. On whether it is live streamed or edited, I would simply announce it. Okay? So stay safe, everyone. Make sure that you still support one another no matter what. And also, it's not a matter of believing accusations immediately at face value. Never forget to be considerate of other people's feelings without losing track of what's important, which is the evidence, of course. So, thank you very much. I'll be seeing you on the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.